Halima.
Hello. Hello,
So nice,
Marta.
so nice to meet you. First off, congratulations. I really
Thank you.
liked Mutts. It was.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be discussing the film today with you.
Thank you, thank you. I hope I won't take too much of your time, but um, as a producer, I'm always very curious about the spark of the idea. What sparked it? What was that? That moment. What was it?
A photo on Facebook. I
Ah.
saw a photo of these dogs in the shelter in the south of Morocco near Agadir. It's called Sarah Morocco,
Mm-hmm.
the shelter and the page on Facebook. So I'm following them because I have a long story with the woman in charge of the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing those dogs together, so many in one picture, that there were no free space around them.
Mm-hmm.
I found it very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I found it very beautiful, and I would it just that's it. It was the first spark, but then very quickly after that, I had a feeling, an unpleasant feeling
Mm-hmm.
of chaos, survival.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got there with the crew, which
Yeah.
was only one woman, camera woman, and I, with doing the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went there very quickly. I didn't do too much research. So when I got there, then I started to see more of the metaphor I was going to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing was the beauty of the dogs, their colors,
Mm-hmm.
their multitude of them, and I just found it so beautiful. I had never seen anything like it.
I really, really like. That was going to be my next question. Like, when does it gain that 3D dimension, right? When does it go? You tone it up with those few sentences about the information of what's going on in the world, and it becomes a metaphor. At first, I think we go through the beauty and we get in awe of the beauty, and at the same time, there's this unrestness of the locked feeling. But yeah, so you tone it up with just a few data, a few things that are going on with immigration, and that was like, and that happened while you were shooting. That's very interesting. So you changed the idea while you were shooting.
And not quite. I had a feeling, strong feeling from the start, from the picture, but it was not very conscious
Mm-hmm.
at the time of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
It was more a feeling, something that,
A
that I
gut
had.
feeling. Mm-hmm.
And so slowly, when I was there, I confirmed that feeling, and I could not go, I could not do this and not go there,
Mm-hmm.
because it was, for me, it was actually probably why I found that picture so striking. Not just the beauty of the dogs. I'm a dog lover, so of course I'm going to look at this and like it and love it and find it very intriguing. But I'm also always very moved with whenever there is injustice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that's the link I followed, and with the camera woman and then the editor,
Mm-hmm.
we shaped the film with this metaphor.
Mm. I was gonna go towards that as well, towards the theme, the injustice theme, right? I mean, is this something that you usually work on in your filmography? Is it something that you look for? Is it one of many themes? And and then I was interested. I'm gonna double do it because you extend more. Um, are you more moved by the human injustice or the animal injustice?
Well, the injustice is usually what the motivation in my work. I
Mm-hmm.
realized in my previous short film, it was also very central to the film. And I mean, for me, the men and the animal world is one world.
Mm-hmm. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. There's a lot
It's
of people
very.
that separate it, But I was also moved to care for the environment the other way. I was more moved by animals and then humans. I thought that we were self-sufficient, and then
I think that an audience can relate and be very moved by animals sometimes more than by humans. And I think it was a good approach to start with animals and then to open up and talk about us human, and maybe they could relate more after that.
Definitely. Is that what you wish for? What would every filmmaker has a wish, and I know that I believe we create by need, by nature, but I mean, is there, what would, I mean, if anything were to happen or anything were to change in somebody's mind, what would that be? What would you like it to be?
Well, this film, hopefully, it's very wide, but perhaps it's hard to answer this question. I have so many wishes. I have so many hopes. I mean, I needed some hope. Making this film, I needed some hope. And maybe I don't think it's all hopeless. And I felt so, but I felt so helpless. I'm feeling so helpless with all those crises in the world. Maybe doing this film is a way to feel less helpless and try to do something who will maybe help discussion to start and touch some hearts that also need hope like mine. But I mean, I hope that the mentality can change towards the animals, but also towards the humans, and try not to see the displaced people as the way we see them sometimes, and we treat them most of the time. In Europe, this is terrible.
Worldwide, unfortunately, they're being.
So it's just it's hard sometimes to have one wish. I don't have one wish.
No, but that's a good one. I keep that compassionate. I felt compassion. You wanted to share the hope and the view. And
the dogs are so beautiful. So it's part of us. I don't want people to see them as dirty things.
We don't. That was one of the most impressive things. Impressive in the sense that they're in this what could be a dirty environment, and it's not. You were able to shoot it beautifully with an amazing light, and very, very well filmed. And the patience. I thought it was very brave to do it with no comments. I thought that was very brave. And personally, as an audience, I'd say that I like that, because you give space to the public to think. You're not chewing everything. All due respect to all directors that overdo the voiceover, but usually I think that's very elegant. Is that I assume that was intended. I think that's a little bit.
Absolutely. I wanted the film to be grasped at different levels. Visually, also very important. And also just to, as you said very well, that the viewer needs to make its own impression and opinion. And a lot of them already had that metaphor in mind without even getting to the end. Also, I wanted the viewer to feel like what it is like to be with the dogs, because I think we are very much with them up until the end.
Yeah.
Shifts completely, and the point of view is very distant for the first time.
Well, the first shift for me is when the few words are spoken. That's, to me, you're enjoying something and you suddenly step out, and that's so smart. I'm really, really, congratulations. I'm big fan.
Thank you so much.
And I was curious as to what's next for you. What projects are you working on? Are you?
Look, the way I work now, because I also like fiction films. I really enjoy fiction as well, but it takes more time to develop, to write. So basically, I am working on a fiction film, a feminist comedy. So this is probably something that's gonna appeal to Conofest, and also working on smaller projects that I'm doing on my own as a producer director, documentaries and observational documentaries, just like Mutts, and I'm always the subject would be either the woman condition that I really that I like a lot to talk about, and also I have maybe another subject with animals, primates this time.
Oh wow, that's very interesting. And just to turn around the festival before we go, how do you feel? I like to do two more technical questions. How do you feel about women in the film industry? A little bit. Maybe if you can tell us from Montreal, how is it over there? Is there any, I mean, here in Spain, we've needed quotas to make sure that women are included, especially on the technical aspect. And lastly, on the festival, like, what does it mean for you to be in Conofest in Spain and all that?
So the first question, I mean, here too, we have quotas, and it's, I think, they are trying to reach for equality. So it's not yet there, but it's getting there slowly and surely with quotas and the like. And I mean, now it's really there are incentives for making films with women, producers, if they submit a film to the institutions with a woman director, then they can submit a second film as well. So, it's like it's a good thing. It's quite a change from when I started, really.
I was going to ask, have you ever felt that? I mean, have you ever felt disadvantaged for being?
Oh yeah. I mean, at first I thought it was just me.
Yeah.
I thought it was just hard for me, and then suddenly other women started to speak up, and I was like, okay, it's not just me. It's a bit weird, but you tend to take things personally, or maybe I don't work hard enough.
Yeah.
But I do work hard. Yeah. And but maybe I am not smart enough, but I am smart. So I mean, but then I see that this other woman is the same problem. Has the same problem. But and about Conofest, seriously, it's a great discovery. I am so glad I'm part of the family, and so proud.
Yeah. Well, we're happy to have you in Spain. We're so happy we're going to share your work over here in many.
Too bad I can't be here in person.
Yeah, we have an event. There is on the 16th of December. We're seeing everybody at 6:30. And I'll take that quote to thank you again for your time and remind on behalf of the festival, on Conofest. And I'm going to do this in Spanish because I think most people are gonna be Spaniards. Nada, muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos y recordaros que Conofest tendrá lugar online del 17 al 21 de diciembre. Podréis comprar las entradas en conofest.com. Así que nada, muchísimas gracias. Gracias, Halima.
Gracias.
Cross paths again very soon.
I hope so.
And best of luck at the festival.
Thank you. Gracias.
Bye.
A bientôt.